Hi everyone. I'm Sue Wixley. I'm the Director of Communications and Campaigns here at Hospice UK. I joined 6 months ago, so I'm looking forward to meeting more of you as I go along. I've already travelled around a bit, and this will be my very first Hospice Care Week, so I'm really excited to be working with you on it, as well as my lovely colleague.
Hi, I'm Elizabeth Palfreman and I'm the National Hospice Support Manager here at Hospice UK. I've been responsible for Hospice Care Week for the last couple of years, so I'm really delighted that Sue and the comms team are coming alongside to make this the best one yet. I feel that for local hospices it's a great opportunity to get involved. I know when I worked locally it was something that we really hooked into. We didn't have to create special events. We put in things that we were planning to do, whether it was an open garden or open day for the hospice or a fundraising event, and just branded it as part of the Hospice Care Week brand. So we're hoping that you will find it a really easy activity to get involved with in October.
So it's very much an opportunity to highlight your fantastic work and for us all to be doing something at the same time across the UK. And as we announced a few months ago now, I think, the theme this year for Hospice Care Week is We Are Hospice Care. And we think it's a great theme because it's an opportunity to celebrate the amazing support and work of everyone involved in delivering hospice care. The idea is that it's about the people involved in hospice care. It's a way of telling the story of the holistic nature and amazing nature of the support that's provided by hospices. And we're thinking very much about the whole range of people involved, from nurses to chaplains, carers to corporate partners, various donors, the volunteers who work in hospice shops, and I'm sure you'll have lots of ideas of people in your own hospice, in your own context, who are really involved in providing and supporting hospice care. In terms of just thinking about the aims of the week, they're quite straightforward really. We've got 3 aims in mind. The first is to boost engagement with our existing volunteers, supporters, donors, obviously staff as well. And secondly, to look for and engage new supporters and donors and potential volunteers as well as potential staff. And lastly, we see this as an opportunity to build a kind of sense of togetherness amongst the hospice community. It feels like a very positive week to celebrate our work together. So those are the 3 aims. I suppose I'm kind of thinking of it, I would summarise it as a week where we're going to love bomb all of our supporters and also start to entice new people to come and be part of hospice care, which is so fantastic. You will have your own specific objectives or even target audiences. In terms of target audience, we're thinking then very much about our existing staff and networks, volunteers, supporters, people who are already within our fold, as well as prospective volunteers and donors and staff and corporate partners and their networks. And you will probably have your own specific objectives or maybe even your own different target audiences. So for us here, I know some of our colleagues in the income generation team are using this very much to work with our corporate supporters and to use this as an opportunity to say thank you for the fantastic support you've given us in this last year, and to celebrate their work and support, and to use that as a chance to engage their staff as well.
I know from talking to lots of you, you're already starting to think about what you're going to be doing during Hospice Care Week and how you're going to communicate with your supporters. So this year we're particularly keen that we work with hospice shops. It may come as a surprise to some of you that we have 2,500 shops collectively across the UK, which makes us the largest chain. So it makes real sense that we use the shops to engage with particularly the general public. For many of those will probably know the shop rather than the hospice. If they've not received care or family care, then it's the shop on their high street they will recognise, perhaps rather than the calls behind it. So we'd really want the shops to take part, and we're providing materials that can be adapted and used. And to tempt you further, we're going to have a national competition. So we would not only want you to decorate your shops, but to take pictures of your shop windows so that we can choose which window we feel sums up the theme best. And to tempt you further, we're offering a prize of 2 tickets for the retail conference, the Hospice UK retail conference, that will take place next April. So don't be shy, make sure that you take photographs and send them in to us. So just to summarise what we're doing at the moment, we're just finalising the visual identity for the week, and I think this is where having the comms team working with us has really opened that up. So I'm really excited by the visual identity, and I hope when you see it, you'll see it as something being very different, really mark this year's campaign as looking very different. We're looking to produce some campaign guidelines, not restrictive, but to help you plan and monitor what you're doing. And there'll be a full raft of materials as we've provided in the past. What I like about Hospice Care Week is it's quite a fluid campaign. It's not prescriptive. We'll provide the materials, but it's up to you how you use them, what you use. You haven't got to use them all. It's what works for you. And also we'll be using the Hospice Care Week bulletin, which will come out fortnightly from the end of July, not just providing information from Hospice UK, but sharing ideas that we're seeing coming out through the network. We're really good as a hospice movement at sharing information and ideas, so it would be daft not to make the most of that during Hospice Care Week. So in summary, it's your week. We really want to encourage as many hospices as possible. And last year we had 80% of hospices took part in some shape or form. So there's a target for you, Sue, to go for. Get creative. There's huge amounts of creativity out there. So let your creativity run wild and think about how you're going to involve your colleagues in planning a really successful week. It's 3 months to go. The clock is ticking, and we look forward to seeing what you're coming up with.